welcome to another episode of Game Jockies. I'm your host today because Eric is sick. Ooh, how's that feel? I'm Tyler.
Whoa.
I'm Barkley.
Kelly. I'm Kelly.
Jared, would you like to say your name? Damn it.
I did.
You froze quickly, so that must have been cut it out there. Don't ruin my hosting experience today. This is all I have in life.
This is the reason why Eric is the host.
But yeah, let's move forward away from Jared's terrible intro where he didn't say his name. Barkley, what have you been up to lately?
Well, in the last week or so, I've started playing Pillars of Eternity on PC. It's pretty fantastic so far.
What is Pillars of Eternity?
This RPG made by Obsidian, same guys that were originally Black Isle, that were behind Baldur's Gate 2, Icewind Dale.
The original Fallout.
And yeah, they redid their engine, so everything looks the same, and it's an all-new game, all-new IP. Fantastic so far.
Nice. So is there like the basic class systems and stuff in that, or how does it work?
Because it's not D&D, a lot of the spells are different.
Yeah.
There's a fireball, but it's called a different kind of fireball.
This is called Fireballs.
Fireball Z.
Yeah, with the Z, it's cool and edgy.
The classes, I mean, there's your standard warrior, priest, paladin, but they have a couple different ones: the chanter, the cipher, and they're equal to like chanter would be like a bard.
Yeah.
But they're kind of different because they have the freedom to do their own things.
Is it full of EQ style barding where you get carpal tunnel for playing for 15 minutes, or is it...
Bad gate.
Stop! I need a break, guys.
It actually automatically kind of twists the songs for you. It'll show you like the progression of your guy's song that he's going through.
Yeah.
And then he'll charge up like verses, and then you can cash in your verses to like a big spell or a big summon.
Okay, cool.
That's cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, lots of other classes that I won't really want to get like fooling around with. Like the monk, apparently, the more damage he takes, he can cash that damage in for a big punch, big super punch. The
Would you say it's duper?
Super duper punch.
Speaking of super duper punches and slightly off key, Dragon Ball Z comes out this week.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fucking random. Out of left field.
I'll continue my thumbs up for Pillars of Eternity.
Yeah.
The story so far is fantastic.
Yeah.
They legitimate writers. I mean, it's a really cool story. It kind of takes it's done in like a really kind of now story, like a current story where it's not just like a progressive story.
Yeah.
You kind of hop in halfway through what's going on. So I'm about halfway through Act 2. There's been a lot of world building, like what's going on in the world, because the world you're getting into isn't on the up and up. There's a lot of things happening.
Yeah. And
you can choose which side you want to ally with. You can dig deeper into what's going on. There's a ton going on, so it's I put maybe 25-30 hours into it already with no end in sight.
Yeah.
I like to add on to that. Yeah, like I feel you say that it has to have good storyline, and I agree with that because there's so much competition for the same kind of UI. I would say like the same kind of game that if you don't have a good storyline, you're just gonna fall apart and it's gonna be a failure. So you saying like it has a great storyline, it has a lot of gameplay, that piques my interest a little bit. Saying okay, well it's bang for your buck, yet it's a good story, right? So that's cool.
And like if you played the original Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, like the story of Saravok in 1 and the story of Irenicus in 2 was phenomenal. Like the writing was there, like there was legitimate character development for your own hero and then for like the enemy even. and it was really well done and super cool to see.
That's awesome.
OP.
And the Holy Avenger, Casimir. That was so good. But Jared, let's move up to you. What have you been up to lately, you sexy, sexy devil?
Look at that beard's coming back pretty thick here.
It is.
I love it.
Power Ranger shirt.
I want to get lost into that.
In the shirt or the beard.
Both. Just take me away.
That's what I aim to do.
Megazord with a beard.
Oh God, don't Tyler. We have to finish this still.
You're right.
No, I got the Yu-Gi-Oh game that came out Friday. $20 digital down PS4 and Xbox One. It is fantastic. It is probably the best $20 I ever spent on a game.
Whoa.
No.
That's a statement.
That is a bold statement with games like Terraria and Minecraft and stuff. That's
$20
Okay.
though.
$20.
Yeah, $20.
Yeah, that is a good deal.
I put in about maybe close to over 20 hours into it.
Yeah.
Already since Friday, and it's just straight up dueling. That's all you do. You just duel.
Yeah.
So
But
it's just dueling after dueling after dueling.
yeah, there's a story mode.
Yeah.
Where you just kind of relive the bigger
Series.
moments of each series. So original series, and then GX, 5DS, and then
Is that
The
Yu-Gi-Oh
other-
on motorcycles?
yeah, DS was Yu-Gi-Oh! Motorcycles.
I just looked up on my phone as I was looking up to see on Twitch to see if it's still like one of the major contenders, and it's already like fell off. So, is it a like long game or is it a short game?
The campaigns are pretty long. You have about I want to say about 20, 25 duels per series. I guess depending, how good or bad you are, they could go on for a little bit. And then you can do reverse duels where you reverse the roles of who you're playing as. And you
Oh,
could
okay.
you could either use the story deck, which was the deck that showed up in the show, or you could use a deck you created yourself. And you can have up to 32 different created decks too that you can pick from.
Something that Hearthstone needs to this day.
Yeah.
Having 9 is unreasonable, especially with their ruling of players would get confused as to which deck of theirs is which. Just name them.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. No, that's cool to hear that they
And
give you that
where you can
option
play
to
against each other.
have all that.
Yeah.
And is it every single card in all of Yu-Gi-Oh, or
I think there was 6,600 cards altogether.
Wow.
With
wow?
Here's my statement. Can you play the Dark Magician and can you play Obelisk?
yes, you can.
It's game over. You have to get the game.
Yeah.
It's the best $20 ever.
It's got all the original Egyptian god cards, and then all the newer kind of god cards.
Yeah.
Which I don't know too much. I stopped watching the show after the original series ended.
Yeah.
But
Go ahead.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And there's even there's a few DLC out for it. I haven't bought it yet. It's $5 for it, and it's series, and it adds more to the series plus more cards that way.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's kind of neat then. Especially if they've done all of the GX and all that. I never really watched the show beyond the first one because I just grew out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good enough show, and I've heard good things about the other ones.
Well, the card game's been around for 12, 15 years now, so
Yeah.
it must have
Longer than that.
a huge card pool to pull from.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but I think it's just a fun kind of sit down, plunk away kind of game too. Which even if you haven't been, keeping up with the series and stuff like that, you sit down, it's like a story that you can just kind of whittle away at and find out. Right?
It's kind of just like Hearthstone, right? Where you just it doesn't have the same level of depth, I think, as Magic. Because Magic is just incredibly in depth with the stack, and you need a PhD in how to band and.
It's stupid. I hate Magic.
You love it. Yeah, anything else you're up to, Jared?
Started plugging away at Witcher again.
Oh, yeah.
Which I took about a week or two off from that, so
yeah,
got back into that. Been playing a lot of Gwent, so
yeah. Tell us your awesome news that you heard of, or you found out about Gwent there.
Right, with the so I came across this guy. I'm not going to say where or anything like that because he requested not to. Who makes real life Gwent cards? Full set, 296 cards. Like every single Gwent card that's in the game, he makes and sells them. So I'm gonna be picking up a set here pretty quick. But
it is cool to see stuff like that because like those mini games are sometimes just as much fun as the actual game itself.
Can you imagine having a blitzball?
Oh my!
Just saying.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Can you imagine?
And then still on the topic of Gwent, I guess a little bit more official was CD Projekt Red announced a partnership. I can't remember with who, but announced a partnership to do a tabletop Gwent game.
Oh, nice.
Or sorry, a tabletop Witcher game in general. That's set up kind of like D&D, is what they're saying.
Okay.
Yeah, like I was kind of looking at that. No, is it? I couldn't get the concept of, like, is it just a 1v1 kind of scenario, or is it multiple people going after, like, the witches and stuff like that? Like, I just don't...
They haven't really said, honestly, too much about it. Just that they're doing a tabletop RPG in the same style as D&D. So
that's pretty cool to see, though. Like, it's nice to see that kind of cross-platform, if that's what you want to call it, kind of thing happening.
Right.
Because, like, it gives you more content for the things you love. Like, the Witcher world's super cool, and to be able to just play that in a D&D style game where someone else can build a new dungeon module or run a new campaign is awesome.
yeah,
Then it's player controlled instead of you just run along the path that's set out for you. And that's the one thing about video games, is that the content is only there that has been programmed in, whereas like D&D, you can do anything, right?
Oh, I have many stories in that area.
I would like to backstab him with a ballista.
And some of the things that my friends pull off, you just like, how? And you just rolled natural 20. That's how you do it, right? Like, the DM's like, there's no way you can possibly make this. If you roll a 20, fine.
Yeah.
And then they goddamn well do it. You know, they roll it.
Yeah, it's like, I guess that happens now.
I jump off this guy's back on top of the carriage, then drive him to the wall. Then after that, I jump off that, grab the rope, and swing by and slit this guy's throat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need a reflex save first here.
Yeah. If you roll 3 20s in a row here, sure, you can do it without dying horribly.
Oh, this is crazy.
My favorite was I was just reading Facebook earlier, and some guy was telling a story about critical misses, and he goes to push an orc off of a bridge, and he rolls a 1. Instead of pushing him off the bridge, he lightly caresses his back.
Oh no! So then he becomes like,
yeah. And then the orc goes to retaliate, and to grab his hair and like just punch him in the face, but he rolls a 1, so he just like gently grabs his hair and just like smooths it out.
Turns into an awkward moment.
Yeah, and that's just it. It's like 3 rolls of 1 later, Percival the Pious has met Otgar the Gruesome, and they're reflecting on how now they're married 3 years later.
That's awkward.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, guys. That sounds like a pretty big critical fail.
I'm actually excited to get that Gwent going though, so me and you can play. Sit down and have a game. Hey, Jared?
Yeah. No, it's... I was actually emailing him the other day, yesterday I think it was. It's $80 for the set. I mean, because he lives in the States. So he said it's going to be an extra $20 for like shipping to Canada.
Yeah.
Which is understandable.
Whatever. How long is it going to take him?
I just go to basically just email him how many sets I want, and then pay him via PayPal.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty sweet deal, actually. And for an entire card game that's all things included, that's a good deal, really.
Yeah.
Because if what you and Eric have been saying about Gwent is true, you're probably going to have hundreds of hours of Gwent to play.
Yeah.
So that's neat. But, Kelly, what have you been up to lately, sir?
I've actually kind of had some personal things doing lately. Moving my girlfriend because she's going to school. Work is getting in the way, but that's here nor there. For the nerding things, I've done actually quite a bit, to be honest. I started Magic again, online, playing that damn game. Gives me a headache every time I play it, but it's fun. The Pro Tour actually was just this last weekend.
Yeah.
Watched it. Sweden, a guy from Sweden, Joel Larsson, he won it, and he played a deck actually that I play, and it was actually really cool to see him go the distance. So
Larsson's been around for a long time, though, right? Hasn't he?
No, in and out. He's actually just kind of hit the scene pretty hard lately. There was a lot of. It was actually the Player of the Year race was. Okay, this is a funny story. What happened is the Player of the Year was going to go to a gentleman who was pretty locked. And this one guy who had to go the whole distance to the finals to beat this guy. And the gentleman who had clutched the Player of the Year had to lose pretty much, I would say, 60% of his games. So the Player of the Year guy does lose 60% of the game, and the guy goes all the way to the finals. So he beat the guy to claim the Player of the Year.
Oh.
The worst part about this is they actually had the first player, Eric Froelich is his name, commentating. So he's commentating, talking about like, oh yeah, this and all that, and all of a sudden the guy passes him as Player of the Year, and he just like looks like he lost the world. He just couldn't believe it. He just like sunk there. They're like, so Eric, how do you feel about that? And he's just like, you know, I'm okay with it, you know.
They already had the plaque with his name engraved.
You just seemed like the life sucked right out of him. You're like, oh, I'm so sorry, dude.
His name's crossed out on there. It's got the other guys written on in, like, Sharpie.
Well, and it's like big money too, right? Like, the winner of that Pro Tour got $40,000. So like that's a lot of money.
Well, it's not even just about the money though. It's about like your name is now in the Magic Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal because Magic's been around for, since like 82 or 83?
Well, yeah, if you get inducted into the Hall of Fame, you have unlimited tournaments. Like, you can go to any kind of tournament. You qualify for everything, right? So
exactly.
That's why they go for it.
Yeah, and like and Magic's still kicking strong right now.
It's at its peak. I don't know if it's still climbing. I don't know if it's actually going to stop. It's a really good game.
The biggest competition for it right now is Hearthstone, and that only competes with MTG Online.
Which isn't a competition at all. Hearthstone actually claims that pretty good.
Well, that's because MTG Online is like the worst UI ever. But we've mentioned that before, so I'm not going to beat a dead horse.
That being said, I have been playing a new card game called Heroes of Camelot. It's actually virtual. It's on my iPad. We were talking about this earlier. It's the new game I'm playing called Heroes of Camelot. And essentially you build like your team. I don't know if you played this yet.
I have not.
It's worth a look. It's a good like pick up for 10 minutes, play it, set it down, and go do something else, right?
Yeah.
Essentially the goal is to try to find the Holy Grail. And there's like dragons, monsters, whole bunch of stuff that you try to build your card/party to try to beat. And you have your attack, your defense, and it's pretty fun.
So then, are you playing against other people, or are you playing against like PvE?
You can play PvP. I'm playing PvE. There's battlegrounds and there's all that kind of stuff too that goes with it.
Okay.
Yeah, and like each step of the level, you can get like different treasures and stuff, and it's randomized, and you can sink money into it if you want. But it's free to play, so you can just download it. It's worth a look at.
And by free to play, do you mean like you can get everything without paying, or you have to pay to get certain things and you can play it anyways without those things?
So far, like the most that I've done, I've put a little money into it, but like my powerful cards or /party or whatever you want to call it, has been free. It's just a lot of grinding that you have to do.
Yeah, and that's a perfectly fine system to have.
Yep.
Like Hearthstone does it. No complaints there. It's just, it is a thing. If you can do everything without having to pay, but it takes you a long time, that's fine.
Yeah. I think there may be some random cards that you probably couldn't get. I don't know. I haven't gone that far yet.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of really cool artwork. That's what I like about the game, is the artwork in it is phenomenal. So.
Yeah. And it's nice to see like different card games, their take on different abilities, different flavor to the game, basically.
Yeah. And then besides that, what else? Played a little bit of Rocket League today. I started playing Way of the Samurai some more.
Yeah.
Phenomenal game. I love that game. It's so good. It's just like
Samurai.
it makes me laugh every time I play it.
Yeah.
So
quickly on your Rocket League note, they announced.
Yeah.
I think it was today or yesterday that they're putting that on every platform now.
Yeah, it was yesterday, I think it was, and I don't know how I feel about that. I liked it for the PC and PS only. Now going to a multi-platform, they're just kind of shooting for the quantity over quality, right? So.
But you might as well open it up, right? Like the whole exclusive to each platform thing, I think, is kind of fading away.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. I don't see a point to having Halo limited to just Xbox. That doesn't add anything to the game.
Halo.
That's just the example I'm using.
Yeah, no, and it's understandable why, as a business aspect of it, because it's potential loss that you're looking at, right? Like, you're losing so many quality like players and stuff because they only have Xbox or that kind of stuff, right? So they're opening the gates is basically what
how it basically works. Yeah, is like either the consoles lose because they no longer have exclusive rights to Halo and no one wants an Xbox. You can buy a PlayStation, which is more powerful and can run Halo.
Yeah.
Or the publisher loses because now Halo's not allowed for PlayStation people. The Sony crowd.
Yeah. Now, going to the Rocket League, going to multi-plat, what's interesting about that is that they're going to be doing a cross server between PC and PS4.
Okay.
So I'm curious, once the Xbox One gets there, so with Xbox being Windows 10 here coming up this fall, I wonder if that will be like cross server for all three. Which would be interesting.
Yeah, you'd think so, because didn't Microsoft say that they want to have a lot of cross between the Windows 10 and the Xbox One platforms?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. What has me interested though is how Sony and Microsoft are gonna agree on a cross server term or whatever. Do like a three-way server.
Tyler, I do have to ask you a question. I just downloaded a new game from Steam called Nosgoth. Have you played that yet?
Absolutely, I've played that.
It's pretty fun. It's right.
Is it on Steam?
Yeah.
Nosgoth, it's a third-person shooter where it's hunters versus vampires.
Vampires, yeah.
In a squad-based combat of squads of 4 versus 4. And you have, I think it's 5 or 6 different classes, at least when I played last. And each person has 2 different weapons and then 2 different skills and then a passive ability. The passive just bolsters some other weapon or skill.
Cool.
But like, there's a lot of versatility to each class. Each class is useful. Your abilities, some are slightly better, but most of the time it's situationally better.
Balanced.
Yeah, it's quite well balanced. Like, you see a lot of the same stuff, right? Like, you see a lot of summoners, at least when I played, because summoners were really good at the time. But, yeah, like, there's a lot of versatility to the classes. There's a lot of replayability. It's a good, solid third-person shooter.
Awesome.
I really like that it played a lot like Gears of War.
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
If you like Gears, you'll like it. If you
Okay,
don't like
cool.
Gears, you might still like it.
Yeah.
You just might like it.
Yeah, you just might like it. I don't know. It's hard for me to say. I don't know you that well.
You might like good games.
You might like good games.
Are you a fan of luxury?
Do you like walks on the beach, drinking Mai Tais?
You might like Nosgoth.
Exactly what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
And it's got that
Mai
like
Tai.
nice, what is it, Renaissance almost feel to the vampires. They're like not bureaucrats. aristocrats. Yeah, the Gothic style vampires, where like they're the old school style, not that
the Republicans.
Sparklies.
We're not gonna go there.
Oh, Twilight.
Great.
Yeah.
Team Jacob.
What about you, Tyler? What have you been up to?
I have been playing such fine games as Terraria again. Never ends, man. Never ends.
Never ends.
Same thing with Red Hook Studios, Darkest Dungeon, new expansion. Still a lot of fun. New stuff in there. It's pretty sweet. But what I've been playing mostly is Hearthstone.
Playing a lot of Hearthstone.
Some Hearthstone. Yeah.
Excited for the new cards coming out.
Oh,
Grand tournament.
I've been voting and watching for which cards come out next, and it's so cool. Just because, like, as they go, they're releasing whichever card. They give you the option of voting for two, and then you vote to pick one, then they show what that card does. But, like, the new Inspire mechanic, I think, is going to be really cool. It's a neat take. Like, I didn't even think of that when I was just like, what could they do to add to this game? Inspire seems like something that's really neat.
I haven't played Hearthstone in a long time. I should actually get back into it. Because I just found my iPad and everything. Yeah.
That's the other thing. Like, if you have an iPad or something, Hearthstone's such a great way just to sink in 10 minutes, 15 minutes while you're doing something else, cooking or whatever.
Yeah, true.
What were you going to ask there, Barkley?
Take your time, man. It's all good.
The new set it's going to be a full expansion, right? Not just sort of.
Yeah, there's an entire new play mode. I don't know exactly what it is. There will be new single-player campaigns, so new legendaries for that and rewards and different challenges to do. And then I think 86 cards or 66 cards.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I saw a couple of them. They look like they'll definitely spice the game up, especially like the shaman stuff.
Yeah.
Where it's like empowering your totems. So I mean that's a whole different deck.
Yes.
In itself, just with those cards.
The totem deck, yeah. And like there's a rogue card. I think it's a 1/2 or 1/3 weapon for 3, and and it has Inspire. Instead of using your ability, give +1 attack to this weapon. So you could just sink mana into that at the end of your turn, just a Blade Flurry to attack something to do.
Wind Fury. Oh god.
Blade Flurry's so good.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But like, yeah, there's so many cool things like that. Like there's the guy, 7 mana for I think a 4/5. I don't know his exact stats, but he allows you to use your hero power infinite times a turn.
Yikes.
Whoa.
Yeah, so the turn after you drop him, you can quadruple hunter shot someone.
That's retarded.
It's so good. And
wow.
then there's the guy that makes your hero power cost 1 less. So if you had both those out, I mean, like, that's ideal storm, right? That's if you have Kel'Thuzad and he doesn't die the turn he comes out,
he wins.
Now won the game.
Yeah.
So.
But you gotta kill him.
Yeah, everyone kills Kel'Thuzad. Kel'Thuzad doesn't see play because he's not good enough. He's good. But yeah. But yeah, I've been playing those. I've been playing WoW still. Which, WoW gets its new expansion. What it is going to be released on the 6th. I still think it's going to be the Emerald Dream. Because where else do they go?
Lich King take 3.
Yeah. Next Rammus
oh my god,
returns.
that'd be awesome. And Arthas woke up. It was all a dream.
Yeah. Everything you've done up till now means nothing.
Yeah.
Your hero D-levels to level 60.
Oh my god. Onyxia, no! Oh, vanilla, wow.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, I liked it a lot, yeah.
It was a lot more challenging in some aspects, but less refined in more aspects.
It was a very grindy game, I felt, that like when you're late game.
Yeah.
It was really grindy.
Molten Core taking like
billion hours.
Hours is not cool.
Yeah.
I don't have time for a second job.
Yeah.
Wiping on the first molten core dog.
I'll see you next week, fellas. Not doing this shit again.
I'm out.
Still, though, it's kind of cool to say, like, way back in the day in vanilla, wow, we were on the same server, weren't we? For a little while.
Kalthuzad.
Yeah. Yeah, and we had the first Horde Molten Core Magmadar?
It was either Magmadar or it was Golemag.
Yeah.
One of the two guys.
But it's like that whole race, like for which side is going to get there first, because this is before the time of every single strat for every single character is up before the game is released.
Yeah.
I mean, we were formulating our own plans and stuff.
Yeah, you have to make stuff up as you go, and you're like, I guess rogues go do this.
Yeah. No, there's so much, like, there's such a science to now WoW. Like,
that's the thing. Like, WoW it's predetermined. You're just like, these people do this guy does that.
Yeah, I don't find that fun, right? Like, it's cookie cutter. Does that make sense to you? Like, you don't think outside the box.
But at the same time, it's still challenging enough that you have to pay attention for 12 minutes, 15 minutes. Like, the Garrosh fight was, I think, an 18-minute fight. Mm-hmm. And I think we were the first Horde guild on our server to kill him. And that was super cool to see your name pop up that everyone else gets to read and be like, oh, wish I was those guys. And like, that was super cool to see. Like, I like that stuff where it's the feats of strength or whatever they're called.
Achievement horror.
Oh, yeah.
Achievement horror.
I'm up to like 18 perfect games on Steam now.
Go outside.
Have you seen my sunburnt face?
Yeah, he's like red.
Bam!
Go meet somebody.
And not just
online.
I was gonna say, but I was like, no, I'm hosting today. I can't destroy my own honor.
I actually downloaded WoW again. I was thinking on it, and I actually updated everything. I just haven't had
Yeah,
I haven't had the balls to push play yet. Like,
you're fighting the curve right now. WoW just lost another 1.5 million people over the last month.
That's not good. Like,
no, WoW's dying. Blizzard and WoW is dying. Blizzard's not doing enough about it. Warlords of Draenor was just garbage.
Yeah.
And it's like another year until the next expansion. They're just releasing what it is on the 6th.
So, my being said, do you think Blizzard's like, all right, we've done what we've done to WoW, we've made the billions, let's focus on something different now?
No, because like I said, the expansion is announced on the 6th, and they've already slated to release it, right?
Right.
And it's all different teams. Like the team that's working on Overwatch, team that's working on Legacy of the Void. They're all different teams. Like there's a specific team that's working on WoW content.
Yeah.
But if you're not having people coming and playing the game, like, I mean, obviously there's still millions of people, but if you're not turning out like what it used to be, should you like pump the brakes a bit and think like, okay, where should we be going from here? You know what I mean?
I think WoW just lost one of its what was his name? Mike something. Or no, Macau? I can't remember his name. It starts with an M. But no, it was one of the main designers for the actual game of World of Warcraft. He just quit Blizzard.
Quit?
Yeah, like this is a week ago now. And he's just like, yeah, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. And so, I don't know, maybe the WoW team's getting a little smaller or...
See, that just like scares me a little, right? Because if some people are just like, nope, fuck it, I'm gone.
I think he's been with WoW since vanilla, though. So he's been with it for like 10, 20 years. Well,
right.
Like 10, 15 years. So he might just be tired of it himself too, right? And moving on.
Time to retire kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, that's going to happen when you have a game that goes that long.
Exactly.
I mean, the fact that it's been pretty much the MMO this whole time is impressive.
Yeah. It is the, holy grail of MMOs. Like, it is.
Yeah.
So.
And that's just it, right? Like, he put in his time, and now it's just time to move on for him. And he didn't say what he was going to do, but chances are he's going to stay in the industry, right? And WoW, he did good work at it. WoW is a good game.
Oh, for sure. I can't knock it.
Yeah.
I just, for me, it's such a time sink, and then I have so many other priorities that I want to look after, right? That it's like, I don't have time to devote, 7 hours of my time a night to play this game, right?
Exactly.
So
like that's just it. Some of the people I raid with play. It's basically what they do outside of work.
yeah.
And yeah, you can't do that either. I raid my 16 hours a week spread out, and that's more than enough for me.
Yeah.
Because
See,
the
I
actual
can't.
game itself, it's kind of gotten pretty terrible. It's
That's too bad.
so linear and just do your garrison, do nothing, make some money.
Like Garrison.
Yeah.
Well,
But yeah, other things that are cool that are coming out here is Don't Starve is getting a new expansion called Shipwrecked, which is going to be interesting because like the water functioned as the borders of the map before, where like that was the hard line, like you can't cross this, but now this expansion either primarily takes place on water or enables water-based travel. So we'll see where that takes us.
so is it that now you can't get on land? It's just you're strictly water and cannot step foot on land?
They just palette swapped it. The land is now blue.
That'd be
The land
hilarious.
is lava.
There's too many Sharpie rocks. Can't touch that. You gotta go around.
No way, it's like that kids game. Like you can only step on the cushions. And everything else is hot lava.
Or the
kid-
land is just made of Lego.
Yeah, it's all sharp corners. And,
That's awesome.
yeah, but yeah. Other than that, what else has been out lately?
The countdown is on for Metal Gear Solid 5.
I was just gonna say that.
That's a good point, actually.
It's a month away. 28 days, 29 days.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start actually playing for Metal Gear and work my way up to the end.
You are aware that Metal Gear 4, Guns of the Patriot, is 80 hours of cutscene?
I got time, baby. I got time. I'm not playing WoW. I got time.
Just rub it in.
No, I gotta sit down for a
Still
5-hour
probably take
movie.
you longer.
Sorry.
So that'll probably still take you longer than a month.
Oh yeah. Oh for sure. Like I speed run Metal Gear Solid 2, and that still takes me like a half a day kind of thing.
I
I
put
do the dog tags, man.
I put like probably 85, 90 hours into Peace Walker, and 5 is supposed to be twice, 3 times longer than Peace Walker.
I'm so excited for that.
I wish they'd make another Peace Walker game.
It was a ton of fun.
It was super cool how they even had like the other Capcom or Konami content in Capcom, I guess, because it was Monster Hunter in there.
Yeah, it was-
You
that-
fight like a
that was-
Rathalos.
Yeah, that was weird. It was
Yeah.
a weird crossover.
Speaking, like they had it for the PSP, right? But
Yeah.
didn't they put it to the console as well?
They did. There was a special edition for Peace Walker released on PS3.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's it.
I've never been
Just
able to get into
move
the
on.
MGS series.
Oh man, you're missing out.
It's
They're
It's
so
a daunting task if you haven't.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's kind of where the series stands right now. It's like if you're a fan, you're a huge fan, and you're looking forward to 5. If you're not, you're just kind of.
Eh. Yeah, I agree. Like sorry, just to add on Barkley before you go. Is like there's no medium ground there. It's either you hate it or you love it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I grew up with the Sony systems. It's like I played MGS many of times, just never really latched onto it like most people have. So
Yeah, and I mean that's fair, right? Like sometimes you just miss the boat on certain games, and that's just how it is.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
another thing, like Metal Gear Solid now has Metal Gear Raiden.
Metal
Yeah.
Gear Rising Revengeance.
Yes, and I think they're doing a second one of that. Well, it was planned. I don't know if it is anymore.
They've been teasing it for a long time. A second one.
Yeah,
So
and that's just more game that you have to catch up with, right? So.
Well, I find with like Rising, you don't need to know too much about the actual Metal Gear storyline. You can just play hack slash and have fun with that, right? Like,
Yeah, and I mean, it was kind of goofy and it had a sense of humor.
it was ridiculous. It was
Yeah.
the pinnacle of ridiculousness.
yeah,
But that's what made it so awesome. I mean,
Nanobot's son.
like it's Dwayne Johnson ridiculous, like over the top on
off.
everything. Yeah.
Time to go to work.
Daddy's got to go to work.
Yeah, that's what it was. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But yeah, other good news is Jared, you brought this to our attention literally moments before we began.
Yeah.
Continue.
Oh, I see. Gamescon started this week. So Microsoft had their conference today. Announced a few things there. Crackdown 3 trailer was shown. Halo was announced, which I'm really looking forward to.
That came out of left field, but that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It was announced for PC as well, so...
That's the other thing, is it's now on both platforms, so that's a much broader audience. And once again, Halo is now, or Microsoft rather, is doing the all Windows 10 systems, which will be PC, has the same game.
Yeah. Really looking forward to that, actually. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's interesting to see where they're going to go with it, because they are cross-platform now.
Yeah. And is there more than just Covenant and then Human?
I actually, there was a trailer for it. I didn't watch it. I just was really just kind of browsing through, seeing stuff that was announced.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch the trailer for it, but...
Okay. I guess, yeah, they could do the Flood or whatever the other ancient race that I forget what it is. Halo is not my strong point here.
No worries. Here's a question for everyone, though. Where do you think it stands on the MLG level now that it's working for the PC? Do you think it can actually... obviously, it's not going to be StarCraft level, but do you think there could be a potential of having that as a major competition, Halo Wars?
It could be. I know Halo 5 is going back to MLG, because it hasn't been there since 2. So I know 5 is going back to it. So, I mean, it's definitely a chance that Halo Wars goes to it.
Wow.
It's tough to say. I mean, I don't follow MLG a whole lot. The only really professional stuff I follow is the odd League, Here's a Storm, and Evo, the fighting games. That's pretty much all that I follow. So.
And that's kind of the thing, like RTSs, even StarCraft 2 is it's much lesser than the League of Legends or Dota or even
Counter-Strike.
Yeah, Counter-Strike's huge still.
Yeah, you're right.
So like for Halo to try and compete with Counter-Strike at this point is going to be tough for Halo.
Yeah.
See, it's kind of weird. Like I always knew Counter-Strike was a big game. Yeah. But everyone was all about Call of Duty there for a while. And then all of a sudden it seemed like everyone just jumped ship and went right back to Counter-Strike.
I don't think Counter-Strike ever died down. I think Call of Duty just made a temporary ripple. And then Counter-Strike's just like, no, you should be playing this game because it's just better.
Yeah, and then Battlefield did the same thing where it made a little bit of a ripple, mostly because the game was broken.
Yeah.
But then, everyone just went back to Counter-Strike as the go-to shooter.
It's just so good. I actually had a game before we came on here.
Yeah.
And it's just so much fun. Like,
it's so refined at this point because it's been around since like 92 or 93 and whatever it was. And yeah, like it's just a phenomenal first-person shooter there. It's so well done with like the limited resource of money, the maps that everyone knows, that's Dust or whatever.
Well, not only that, but like when they came out with the skin. That was a huge turning point for all of them. Like, so much money goes through their hands now, and like they're making a shit ton of money alongside having awesome different types of like, I wouldn't say money grab, but like attractiveness to come play the game, right? Like, and I think that's just fun.
Everyone likes to customize and have their own skin and their own little taste and flavor. So
Pink My Little Pony. AKs.
Or just look at the hats in Team Fortress.
All hats. I love hats. How many hats you got, bro? I got like 47.
Yeah. It was actually funny. I just found out that I'm gonna be an uncle. So off topic for just a second, just about a second. And I found out I was gonna be a niece. So then my girlfriend's like, "Oh yeah, we can go get My Little Ponies," and I'm just like, "I am not going to be a brony." I put my foot down.
I put my hoof down.
Yeah. Damn it. So yeah.
I don't want to insult the Brony audience. I'll just kind of nod and say, yeah, they're wrong people.
I don't want to insult them, but
it's funny
they're
that
wrong.
It's funny we're talking about this the week that Eric's not here. It's because he likes My Little Pony.
Does he really?
He does.
I'm now hosting forever. Enjoy.
Eric, while you're editing this, I just want to say, Brony. Brony.
That's the new dance.
Yeah.
That's a little behind the scenes right there.
But yeah, no, it's I don't know. I hopefully, like, going back to talking about Halo Wars.
Yeah.
I hope it actually delivers, because like the Halo Wars game itself, I played for a bit and it was actually really fun to do, but then it got boring. Like, it just kept the same thing over and over and over again, right?
Stale.
Yeah. So that's like, hopefully they come and pack another, Hail Mary kind of thing and succeed on it.
Well, I hope they take a note from like StarCraft's book where there are multiple different strategies for each race, and each one is viable in a different way. You need that versatility, and it's like, instead of just being Terran where you pump out Marines, you also can buy tanks and Odins and Hellbats. And then they made that way too good for a while, so they had to go back. But at least Blizzard was working on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they would just change things to create flux.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the universe and like lore and everything behind the Halo series is so huge. You wouldn't get that from playing the games, which is very upsetting.
Yeah.
But just the world they created for it, there's so much of what they could do with the Halo series instead of just busting out the same FPS experience every couple of years.
Well, yeah, it's just like Gears of War, right? Where like the game is super in depth if you read the books or you read the backstory. Like, it's a super cool universe, but then you play the game, you're like, oh.
Yeah, it gives you a fraction of what's actually going on.
Right. I mean, there's so much huge potential, but how do you jam pack that into a game? Right there, that's where it lies. Wow. And they get, critiqued on that too. Like, oh, I didn't want to go to a movie. I want to go play a game, right? So
I think that's jokingly. The people who like Metal Gear Solids love that.
Love it, yeah.
I like the hour and 45-minute cutscenes.
Of course. And then the little sneak peek of a naked chick or like a chick in a bikini and you're in the locker. Like, those are just like...
That's when you die in Super Metroid, okay?
Yeah, those ones are just like... why? Why? There's so many random, like, little Easter eggs in the game that I like, yeah. But back to, talking about Halo, do you think, like, you kind of got the Assassin's Creed kind of virus where it's like,
Only Assassin's Creed has the Assassin's Creed virus.
where it's like, let's pump out games as much as we can kind of thing, you know what I mean? Because, Jared, you were more into the Halos. You could probably answer this one.
They're definitely, like, to an extent I do agree with that. They're just, like, oversaturating the market with it. But at the same time, kind of going back to what I said, with, like, their universe being so big, that they could get away with it more than Assassin's Creed has, if they really... but they haven't really been doing anything different. Just, FPS, that's about it.
So that's why it's kind of nice and refreshing to see Halo Wars 2 come out, right?
Yeah.
Something different. So that's good. Cool.
Speaking of stuff that's not different that came out of Gamescom today, was a new Dark Souls 3 trailer.
Yep.
Yes.
I love that series. 3 is going to be awesome because it's back to the good team. 2 was a little bit of a disappointment, but it was still solid. But
I like 2 actually.
It was no 1. I mean, Dark Souls 1 was...
I don't think 3 is going to deliver to 1 either. Because, Dark Souls 1 was like a unique thing, right? It was first on the market, just bang, it was pretty good.
Demon Souls.
Yeah, Demon Souls was...
It was the predecessor.
Demon Souls... was so
on everything.
rusty and clunky and stuff.
Yeah,
Dark Souls was their ability to refine.
This is what Demon Souls should have been.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's very fair.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see what Dark Souls 3 brings to the table. It's an awesome time sink, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Just want to see where it leads us.
The frustrating kind of fun.
Oh yeah, like Boshy kind of.
Yeah, rip your controller in half and throw both halves through your TV.
God damn it!
It's not like the Bloodborne style. It's more Demon Souls.
Mm-hmm.
It's a direct sequel to Dark Souls 1.
Okay.
So it takes place in and around Anor Londo. The exact storyline is not really that apparent yet, but
Storyline.
So is this before
plenty of
DS2?
story.
You die. That's the storyline.
Plenty of storyline if you make it up and read things that aren't actually there on the items.
It's all there. It's all there.
This key is rusted. Oh my god, this key must have been at the beach because there's lots of oxidating salt there.
Yeah, it must have been in Canada during wintertime because there's tons of salt on the road.
Yeah.
I knew it.
That's, and then you're just like, wow, that's a stretch.
I'd ship it.
Yeah, but no, like the Dark Souls games are, I'd say, way better than the Bloodborne. Bloodstained?
5.7.
Highest grossing Kickstarter of all time.
Bloodborne was something, their attempt at something different but the same.
Yeah.
The whole speed of the game was something different, but
Yeah.
the difficulty and kind of the atmosphere was still the same. I mean, and I think it delivered on what it promised. I mean,
I'm not saying Bloodstained's bad by any means.
Bloodborne.
But yes, I'm not saying Bloodborne. I've got Bloodstained on the brain. No, Bloodborne was it was a good game. Like, it was a lot of fun. I didn't like how the boss fights felt so grindy, where like you just had to hack at a boss for 25 minutes.
Yeah, there was a bit of a slogging, trading blows.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Get good.
yeah. And like, I'm not a huge fan of that. And you had a huge amount of invincibility frames during your dodge, which just weren't there in Dark Souls, which I'm not a fan of because that eased the difficulty way off.
Unless you're pro and you knew exactly what frames were invulnerable, and high-end Dark Souls is kind of silly to watch.
Oh, it is. It absolutely is. You can dodge anything, right?
I'm a pro in anything I play, so step up, son. Step up.
Yeah, I can speedrun Mario 64 in 30, 40 years.
I remember playing Rocket League with you.
Yeah, I crushed you.
We were on the same team and we lost every game.
Yeah, it's because you were in the corner pouting for some reason in your car. You stalled it like 5 times, and that's not even an option in the game, Jared.
Your car just quit because you were so bad.
I've been playing a lot of it, so I got it on the PS4 while it was free.
It's so fun. Actually, I had a game this morning before I
Getting
went to
better.
And yeah, I like the aerial hits. You ever tried doing those yet?
Yeah.
Like, time it perfectly? Man, those things it's fun. It's fun.
Is there anything that you would add to that game to make it a better one?
There's a lot of customization that I like about it. One thing I would like to add to it is almost kind of... I would almost like to have a better view, like camera angle.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times, like, it's tough to judge where the ball's going to land, which also kind of puts a little bit of complexity to it. So you have to kind of gauge. But in that same note, I'm like, I just wish I could back out just a bit, just for my liking. That's the difference.
And this is on PC, right?
Yeah, I think it doesn't matter which platform, but I play.
Just sometimes the camera dynamics work a little different between controller or mouse keyboard, so...
Yeah.
Just to clarify that. But, so you can't, like, zoom out or anything?
Mm-mm.
No, you're locked.
Yeah, that might be something that might be coming down the pipeline. Who knows? In an update, they might just sneak that one in.
I think they just don't even care, really. To be honest, they're just like, whatever, we'll just play the way it is. And
that's the other thing is people are playing it and it's loved right now. So
yeah, they're liking it because it's simple. I mean,
yeah.
That's the other thing is keep that game as linear as possible. You're playing soccer with cars that have super jetpacks on them.
And literally, the game is 5 minutes. Like, what other game around there is, like, can you just do 5-minute game and just go do something else, right?
Yeah, like that's shorter than a Hearthstone game.
Right.
Especially long, grindy Hearthstone games.
Oh.
Which are the worst.
don't play Priest, ever.
Ever.
No, going back to Rocket League and your question about adding something to the game that you'd like to see. For me, it's the ability to kind of do side bumps.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool, too.
Like, because you got your vehicle that's, going straight, back and forth. The ability to go, like bump to the side.
So, like drive sideways?
Yeah, like a little...
But you can't drive sideways.
No, like a...
Batman! Batman!
Just for example, if you're, like, on the controller, if you hit, R1, then it kind of, like, bumps to the right. Like, and not on a forward, backward, diagonal kind of...
Like some kind of roll?
Do you mean, like, just, like, if you push R1, we'll say, it moves you over, like, half a car distance to right. If you push L1, it moves you half a car distance over to the left.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of neat to see.
Like, if you were in a barrel, you'd do some kind of roll?
No. Well, like, they kind of have that when you have, like, you can jump first and then hit it, but that's, like, somewhat complex, so you just kind of want to just go over a bit, right? Because sometimes the angle of the ball, you just want to be half a smidge over just to get it in the right angle. Sometimes you completely miss it. And I can see where you'd want to go do that a little bit.
What are the physics like when you leave the ground? I mean, I haven't played the game yet, so...
It's pretty fun. Like, if you boost it when you're going up a wall... Like, you can go for a good cruise around the place and hang upside down. And,
it's crazy.
They do... there's no, like, reset kind of thing. Like, what I don't like about it is if you do land upside down, they automatically turn you upside. Which, I don't know if I agree with that, because, like, you should be penalized, I think, for that if you do something stupid.
You can stay upside down.
I think the penalty for that is... You've already wasted your time doing something that ended you upside down, and now you've lost all your momentum forward.
Well, I don't know. There's been some times where I've, like, literally aerial hit someone out of the way, and they completely flipped. That was pretty fun. You full boost into them. It's pretty funny. That's
pretty sweet. And yeah, like, I'm very much a proponent of punishing people for doing poorly, which is why I like Dark Souls and Bloodborne.
To a point though, Tyler, I agree. Like, you have to be like, if you're gonna take WoW serious, if you're gonna take the game seriously, I think you do need to be at a high level where you don't screw up. Yeah. Where I like with League is that they do have those, huge competitive teams that they really criticize, but then they have the ones that are like ARAM, right, where you just fire off and who gives a shit, just have fun,
all
right?
Random, all middle, same hero.
Right, yeah. So, to an extent, but I also want a person to enjoy the game and not have the person being like, oh, you suck, you're terrible, we don't like you, why are you even playing the game?
I'm not saying that. Like, you don't need a caustic community. Caustic communities are the downfall of everything.
A lot of game, yeah.
They undermine the game, the community that the people are trying to create, and that people actually want to be a part of. You don't want to support a game where, like Dota, where if you die in Dota, oh my god.
Oh, your build's terrible. You didn't do ABC, you did DAB, and you're just like, shut up. STFU.
Literally worse than Hitler.
Yeah. You better have the thickest skin or have a squelch button for everyone.
It's brutal, but yeah. I agree. There's some areas where if you're playing something competitive, like, you do need to be smart about it, right? Like, obviously people make mistakes and it happens, but you should be prepared to be better than
like that's an easy thing to put into Rocket League, right? Like you have different servers with different rules. Like this server has, if you flip upside down, there's a 5-second penalty, or you have to flip upright on your own or something.
Yeah, I mean there is ranked and stuff like that, but they don't have any kind of like penalties for it.
Yeah, and, I mean Rocket League's still a new game, right? So they did not expect it to be the blockbuster it is. That's for sure.
I can't believe how much it blew up. Like it's huge.
Well, it delivers such a full experience for what it's trying to do.
And it's unique, right? Like it's something no one's ever really taken.
It's soccer with cars. That's ridiculous.
like someone literally did this. I guarantee you. They went to an F1 race, and they're like, you know what we should also do? Let's go to watch a soccer game. Okay, dude. After they have about 7 or 8 drinks, you're like, combine them.
Yeah. Dude. Draws a soccer ball in this hand, draws a race car in this hand, and then just meshes the fingers.
Yeah, like I don't know, it's pretty unique. But then, this is what I'm kind of worried about. Now they've opened up this gateway of games. Are they going to try something completely different? Is it going to be like snow sleds and hockey, or
you're gonna see it?
You know,
I don't know if it'll be from that developer. It'll be just like the Minecraft voxel thing, where it's just like that's everywhere now.
Oh, it sells, so we need to jump on that wagon, right? So, and that's one thing I don't like about the gaming industry is that once, like, it's set and official that some people do make money off of it, everybody's like, oh, we gotta go.
But that's not the gaming industry's fault. That's capitalism's fault.
All those Flappy Bird ripoffs.
I see what you're saying though. Like everyone just wants to be on that bandwagon, right? Like, oh, Clash of Clans made $80 trillion because people love microtransactions that mean nothing in a game that has no end game.
Right.
And now everyone does that.
Game of War is another thing, right? Like, it's just
yeah, they make more money than small countries.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Selling digital property.
Yeah. And like they were smart. Like I don't know if you've seen the commercials. Obviously, you watch YouTube, you see the guy who's on there is challenge me anywhere you want. And he's like a huge UFC guy, right?
Yeah.
Well, obviously now that they have that, and they're gonna have their fans into it now, and it's good marketing for them. But on the other hand, it's like, is it really needed? You know, like is it?
Liam Neeson playing Clash of Clans was absolutely
that's pretty good. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that one. And like Robin Williams playing WoW, that was pretty cool too. You know, like Mr. T. was like you can, but people like clearly understand why they're doing it, right? It's not like a surprise, like, oh wow, they actually do play that game. It's like, no, we just paid them a shit ton of money to say that they play the game, right?
Oh, yeah, that was clear.
Well, there was a story a couple months ago. A major MLB baseball team, they actually had to hand in all their phones because during batting practice or whatever, they'd all be playing Clash of Clans.
That's awesome.
They have their own clan. MLB.
Well, I remember like because I had a hockey player live with me for a while, and he became to the NHL. And when they were flying to places, they would have games of Age of Empires 3, and like competitive. Everybody's building things, and whoever won got like $100, and
That's cool.
It was really cool, yeah.
Age 2 and 3 were so good.
Yeah.
2 was better than 3, but 3 was still good.
I like 2 a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played a lot of 2.
Oh yeah, that was way back when RTS is like you play that or you play StarCraft, or you just play both.
Or you play Age of Mythology.
Or Command & Conquer. I always forget about CNC.
Yeah, CNC was a great game at its time, right? And then all of a sudden people just took over. But yeah.
Well, that and CNC made the same game every 2-3 years.
Yeah. I remember playing that for like the original PC, like the old one. It was like
the original PC.
Baby. Yeah, it's like the Room.
I had it.
Yeah, I had that. It cost me $195,000, but I had it.
Yeah, in 1960 money.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
I still have it laying around somewhere, probably in a box or something.
I wonder, like, how much would that actually cost a person nowadays? Like, seriously.
Oh. It's just too much. Too much money.
But who would want to buy that? Oh, it takes me 17 hours to type one sentence. Here we go.
Yeah.
It's for the experience.
Yeah, my iPad mini is more powerful than this thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But
completely unrelated to anything. Did anyone hear about the person doing 195 kilometers an hour on the highway in Regina here?
Yeah.
That is impressive.
well, hearing it's kind of us talking about this. We're from Canada, eh? These things don't really happen, eh? People from America are like, man, that happens all the time. Who gives a shit? People in the Audubon are like, yeah, 195. I did that this morning.
Yeah.
But like here, it's like
this morning.
In America, isn't 195 like terminal velocity?
Yeah. But even some person escaped from court today. Who was, what was it? It was like a crazy thing. Someone escaped, like knocked out a police officer here in Moose Jaw. Like, so it's like
that's something unheard of.
Yeah, it's like a little hick ass town, right? And I love this place. Don't get me wrong, but like
you're not wrong about it.
knocked out a police officer and escaped, and it took them the whole day to try to find him. I don't even know if they did find him yet.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, did they?
Did they? Like.
Yeah, we just had some like weird stuff happening around here lately.
Oh, it's crazy.
So non-traditional.
It's exciting. Huh?
Like you hear about it all the time. You're like, why doesn't that happen here?
Yeah.
It's exciting.
It is exciting, in that horrible sort of way of now we're getting real crime, I guess.
We need someone to step up and be the Batman.
Yeah. Before we just had Hutterites stealing from like CBS.
Yeah.
And now we need Batman.
Moose Jaw Batman.
I'm not what they need, but they deserve.
I guess.
Yes. Harvey face. Scary face. Two-Face.
Two-Face, look out.
I love that.
Oh, that's
Anyways.
awful.
I
love those though.
Yeah, so that's interesting. It's coming out. One other thing that we actually just watched before we did this, started this. This is a major thing. Jared, do you want to take this away? This is your baby we've been talking about for quite a bit.
The Deadpool trailer.
Yeah.
That came out today. Red band. Oh, it looks so good.
Definitely hard R.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, at first I knew Ryan Reynolds was going to do a good job and stuff like that, but I was a little, the hype is going to be, too much hype, you know what I mean? But after watching that trailer, he delivers a pack. Like, it is awesome, dude.
Oh, yeah.
So
they had me at where he tried to put the pipe in his mouth through the mask and it just falls.
It was like in the intro to the teaser trailer yesterday, where it's like from the studio who inexplicably sewed his fucking mouth shut the first time, and it's like coming from the 5-time Academy Award viewer. It's just like it's just great stuff.
And I just love like watching the trailer. He's talking about not in a green suit or animated.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So kind of like because like Deadpool is such a character where he's always third party, right? Like he knows that it's like he's in a comic, right? He knows that kind of stuff. So it's kind of cool that he's also knowing that he's also Ryan Reynolds in a way, making fun of the Green Lantern. And I kind of think it's pretty cool how they kind of put a little twist on that.
Can he make fun of the Green Lantern? It's a different universe.
With that green armor, right? Like he's like, no animated.
I guess, yeah, that's what it gets.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was going to.
Yeah.
I just hope that they don't overdo the jokes or the breaking down of the fourth wall. Like it's funny and everything, but the Daniel Wade Deadpool, which I have a few of the compendiums from him, and it's funny, but it's very distracting.
It's too much, right? When it's nice and cute little moments, that's when it packs a punch the most. When you're doing it every 15 minutes, it kind of is like, okay, we get it. You're thinking you're part of us. Well, it's cool, right? But yeah.
So I don't know. I hope that's something that they in the movie kind of made sure not to do it. Went overboard with it and kind of kept it a little more subtle and a lot less frequent.
Right.
Yeah, I hope they find a good balance between Deadpool being Deadpool and us watching a movie. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know I was reading that they announced for the movie he's not going to have schizophrenia in it.
Really?
But I like that. Like, I know it's a little different from, like, the character, but I kind of like in that, gives it more of a chance to not have so much inside jokes and everything.
Right, and I think it might, like, a person who doesn't. I think that the reason why they did that is because the people that don't know Deadpool, they're going to go to these movies. They don't realize, like, he's a schizo, and they're like, "What's going on?" Right? Like, you'd be very confused if you didn't know, which makes sense.
Manic.
Yeah, the whole, like,
Oh, he's nut shit crazy. Like, he is. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like, but he's a great character. Like, everyone loves him, and there's rightfully so. Like, he's entertaining, right? Like, that's the reason why I'm so hyped up for this movie, is because it's going to be an entertaining movie. So,
yeah. That's pretty sweet to see. And I mean, it's about time that some of these heroes start getting, like, that hard R rating that like he needs, Punisher needs. Who else would be a big one for that?
I'm waiting for Spider-Man.
Batman, yeah. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Like, with Carnage, like, I'm really hoping someday.
With the Carnage storyline.
Like, Maximum Carnage would be so awesome to put together, but it would be so difficult because with the symbiotes, like, they tried it with Spider-Man 3, right? They knew people wanted to see Venom, so they tried to deliver it, and they just failed hard on that. So, I don't know. Like, it'd be kind of cool to see the Carnage, but I don't know how they would actually pull that off. But technology's coming a long way now, too, right? So, who knows?
And yeah, they're redoing the Spider-Man movies again, now under Disney.
Another origin story.
It is an origin, hey?
Yeah. So you just get swamped down in so much Spider-Man.
I don't think they had anyone casted yet, but I think the person I was, like, pretty much assumed to be taking over the role is, like, I think he's only, like, 15 or 16. So...
If I have to sit through Uncle Ben dying one more time, I swear to God.
I'm going to shoot Uncle Ben, alright?
That's dark.
Oh, I hope
you wanted R-rated, man. You wanted R-rated.
I hope they just put a spin on it, like, Uncle Ben died in a house fire.
Uncle Ben falls down some stairs.
What the hell? Completely unique. They could actually almost, at this point that they've done it so many times, they could even just really have flashback of it, you know what I mean? Like, you'd be like, oh, Uncle Ben, and then just have, like, a maybe 5-minute, and then continue on, right?
Just gloss over the most turning point of Spider-Man's career.
Well, it's so drawn out, right? Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I think Stan Lee in the story is phenomenal. I really appreciate the connection that Uncle Ben and Peter Parker had. But you can only do it so many times.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, and you're right. Like, they honestly could gloss it over. We've seen it twice in the last 10 years. And it's tired.
It's
very tired.
Who doesn't know that story now, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Uncle Ben dies, tells Peter, great power, great responsibility. And then, move
on, right?
It covers it in, like, every Spider-Man video game, every, like, animated series of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And
what they need is, like, to take a 15-second clip of that entire story and just put that at the front of everything Spider-Man.
Just have Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and then this new guy. It just doesn't match. Just mash up it.
I want a big supercut. A big supercut of Uncle Ben being knocked off.
A montage.
I just keep on... Sorry, what?
It's like those election calls where it's like, I fear you are from the town of Regina, Saskatchewan.
I just keep on thinking about, like, Uncle Ben's and stuff like that. And Peter, just lay on the floor. Just, oh my God,
you're a horrible person.
I know. Poor Uncle Ben, but there's so many times he dies. Like, just let him rest already. So yeah.
How do you feel being cast as Uncle Ben?
Predator. I'm going to hell.
You need to send that one in to Marvel.
I'll do an audition. See, maybe they can grade my hair a little bit, maybe flatten it down a little.
Well, you know who'd make a good Uncle Ben? Sean Bean.
He does know how to die pretty good in the first, movie, so give it up to him.
He does do dying very well.
Speaking of Sean Bean, actually, this is quite a reach. But speaking of Sean Bean, I'm going to bring up Peter Dinklage, who was actually pulled from Destiny.
Yeah, that's a huge thing.
Yeah,
Like he got pulled from Destiny.
yeah. Nolan North is going to be doing the voice of the Ghost in Destiny. For when The Taken King comes out, it's going to be Nolan North, and they're actually going to release, I think, a patch or whatever, where he re-recorded every line that Dinklage did, and so Dinklage is getting pulled right out from the game.
What did he do to piss someone off? Or
Be a really bad voice actor.
Well,
Yes. The writing was a bad too.
yeah, like the writing is a factor, but it could be complicated with like Game of Thrones, other kind of thing. Agent. It could be a lot of not even just Peter Dinklage itself, but the back, the underwork that has to get through. So that could possibly be an issue as well. So
yeah, I'm not actually blaming Dinklage for any of that. Who knows what it is, right?
well, maybe it is him too, right? Like he is kind of a condescending guy.
So I pull my remark back, and then you just reinsert.
Well, I mean, leave it out there, Tyler. Don't no takesy backsies.
Yeah, you gotta commit. Peter Dinklage is an asshole.
I honestly,
mean
I
that.
wouldn't be surprised if it was just him being hard to work with.
No, he's a super guy actually, because
Yeah.
I met him in Calgary, right? Like when he was there, and super guy, good guy to talk to. He was down to earth and just nice guy. So I don't think it would probably be him.
Kind of different though, because like.
Oh!
Full of blood and.
Wow.
You said it.
Not in that. Yeah, okay.
Callie, you've ruined my hosting based solely upon the low-hanging fruit that you have left.
Can we edit that on?
There's another one, low hanging fruit.
Low hanging, so Peter Dinklage. Oh, I can't get it. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm done. I am going to hell.
As I was saying, like it's always different between like how they work and how they react with the fans and public.
Yeah.
Like look at Christian Bale, for example, who there's always stories of how he was kind of a dick to work with on set, but then there's like countless other stories where he's the greatest person ever to meet.
I understand where he's coming from. That guy who messed up the lighting, that's his one job.
Yeah.
He's paid ridiculous amounts of money to put that light on or off in a certain area.
Yeah.
Christian Bale has to get into the moment and do like a minute 30 of perfect acting.
Well, I wouldn't say perfect,
But like that's the goal, right? Like his job has to be perfect, or people just ridicule him forever.
Oh, absolutely, and especially when you have a certain character that you have to play, such as Bruce Wayne, Batman.
Yeah.
You need all the help you can get, right?
That's a lot of pressure. The guy who has to do lighting,
Not so much.
you're doing lighting.
Right.
Let's be honest. Anyone can focus a light bulb.
Yep. Let me just hang it. I mean, I do it all the time here. Just like, a second here. I got it. We're good to go, right? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So obviously it's a little bit more complex than that, but not by much. You know what I mean? So like, I can see where Christian Bale gets angry at that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I can see where you're coming from, Jared. Like, you are right. Like, there's that. The actor has a bad rep for being difficult to work with, and then you meet them in person, and you don't see that.
Yeah.
Well, Exhibit A when that shooting went down in America at the
Colorado.
Yeah, Colorado, and Christian Bale went there to see the victims because it was a Batman movie that was happening, and the guy claims that he was Joker and stuff like that. Like he's obviously not all there, and Christian Bale kind of made a positive out of a negative thing. So
yeah, and it's good to see that too, right? Like, it's the whole Johnny Depp going to children's hospitals dressed up as Captain Jack.
Yeah.
Captain Sparrow.
For Chris Pratt doing the same thing.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, they had that bet going.
It's Chris Pratt being Chris Pratt. The broest bro ever.
He got like in trouble for that though, hey?
Yeah, because he stole this
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord suit without permission from the studio.
What are they gonna do? Not cast him?
Exactly. He stole a suit that only fits him perfectly because it's customly made to go and help out children. Like,
Yeah.
you guys' head is shake, really? Like, come on.
Yeah, I didn't know that he got in trouble for that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. They ended up making a second suit so he could keep the original, and they made a second suit for.
This one has Cancer Kids on it.
Yeah, we don't want that back. We don't.
That's good enough for the movie.
That's the other thing. Like, he did it with a good cause.
Yeah, and I like that a lot. And when obviously they're not just like, obviously there could be some like publicity stunt to it, but I think deep down it's just a good personal kind of thing, right?
Yeah, and even if it is a publicity stunt, the good is still done.
Oh, absolutely.
The whole Bono does huge amounts of charity work before each CD. Yeah, he still donated millions of dollars. I don't care that he's doing it to promote his CD sales.
Yeah. No, he still did really good work, right? So.
Yeah.
You can get the fuck out of my iTunes, though.
That was awesome. Good for you. I don't care if you spend millions of dollars. Get the fuck off my iTunes.
That was strong.
Just dark.
Well, there goes the U2 sponsorship.
No.
All the U2 fans have just left.
all dozen of them.
All dozen of them. Hey man, everybody's got an iTunes account nowadays, don't they?
Doesn't mean they all like Bono.
But they all have the CD.
He's giving it away. I'll give you this one. Buy my other ones.
Yeah. Good luck on that.
But before we go here, because we're almost out of time,
Yeah, it's
I have
getting
a
to that
question
point.
for you to continue the would you rather type deal.
Ooh.
Or actually, no, this isn't that at all. I've just remembered my question and started it wrong again. What is your favorite song from a video game? Kelly, let's start with you there.
I go with Jared, because I got to think about this one.
Oh,
I got to go with Jared.
Mine is actually. Have any of you guys played Gears of War 3?
yep.
The scene where Dom died and they had Mad World playing.
Yeah.
I think like the song itself is great, and then like with how it tied in with his death, and the fact that they used that song for the first ever trailer when the game first came out.
I remember that on TV.
That was
Yeah.
an awesome ad campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah, that for me that's like one of my favorite moments in gaming.
Yeah, it was such like a perfect song for that because it's like somber, it's like it doesn't fit the game at all, right?
Yeah.
But it does because it's that dark.
It's funny too if you play the game the campaign online with other people. You know, people always skip cutscenes. There's one cutscene that never gets skipped ever.
And that's one.
Yeah.
And that's cool to see. So yeah, that's actually a really good one. I would never have even thought of Gears of War, but that's a very good point.
Okay, so the question itself, you said which song or which
What is your favorite
soundtrack?
song, your track, whatever you want.
Okay, so for song-wise, it's a toss-up between the Metal Gear Solid 2, like the da-na-na, or Chrono Trigger opening. I love that one.
Yeah. The clock ticking.
Yeah, for sure. As for soundtrack, I have to give it up to Final Fantasy X. I love that whole soundtrack. It's just really nice.
Yeah. FF10 did a really good job of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, no complaints.
Yeah. Barkley?
I'm gonna go old school. By old school, I mean classical music. I'm not sure the exact name. I think it's Stratokowski Symphony Number 5.
Sounds right to me.
Pull that one out of your ass, why don't you?
The game from Ashura's Wrath. The scene when you're fighting your master, and you're on the moon and you're super punching guys, and it's Nothing better to set classical music to is a big bad throwdown.
I completely forgot about that game, and you just reminded me how much I loved it.
Asura's Wrath was awesome.
It was
great.
Yeah.
It was so ridiculous, though.
Yeah.
Opal top, Dwayne Johnson.
Nicely done.
Yeah, see what I did there?
I see what you did there. I'm liking it. I'm picking up what you're putting down. And,
Then Tyler, what's yours?
I'm going to go with you on this one, Kelly. It was either the Chrono Trigger opening, Frog Song, or, more likely, Magus' theme.
Magus' theme's good, too.
I'm a huge fan of that. That song is just so good.
Yeah, it's good. Actually, to be honest with you, I never really played Chrono Trigger growing up. Then my one friend, Marshall, actually introduced it to me, it'd be 2 years now, and hooked. Instantly hooked. It was such a good game.
I've played that game so many times.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's either like one of those three, or it'll be some weird like Super Metroid when you fight Crocosaur? Croc something. He's
Croc shit?
Croc of shit?
Don't look at me, because for 15 years I thought that was Kraid.
Yeah, it's the red guy. You fight him you have to push him back into the lava. He has different boss music than any other boss music. And during the fight, like, he roars when you shoot him in the mouth with super missiles and stuff. Super cool.
There you go.
Also, like, the easiest boss in the game, but that doesn't matter. But, yeah, so, good to hear. We'll have to continue to pontificate on this fact of my songs being better than yours. Actually, yours, Jared. Yours is a piece of shit. But that's all the time we have for this week. Fuck you, you hate you, too.
Wow. Feel the love.
But, in your host for the first and probably last night ever. Tyler.
Ever.
I'm Barkley.
I'm Kelly.
I'm gonna do it this time. I'm Jared.
Holy crap! Well done. Yeah, that was well done. But yeah, thank you, and make sure to click that like and comment button, the like and subscribe button. Leave a comment. Tell us what your favorite video game song is, because we want to hear it. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on our website.
As long as it's not YouTube.
All at GameJockies.com.
Game Jockies.
And thanks for signing in.
Bye.